Hey! Yo! Good morning, Angela Yee.
Hey, good morning, DJ Envy.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Friday.
It's Friday, and today is Pizza Pie Day.
What does that mean?
Yesterday for us.
Who eating pizza early in the morning except for a fat person? Or somebody that don't care about their body.
It's the whole day.
It's the whole day.
Oh, well,
just the morning.
I'm thinking about that this evening.
But it's also National Toothache Day, so I mean...
I definitely don't want one of those.
No.
That's the worst kind of pain in the world. Toothache bring grown men to their knees. I don't care what kind of hood Negro you supposed to be, what kind of thug, what kind of gangster. A toothache will bring you to your goddamn knees.
In a minute.
And if you don't got no dental insurance, F you too bad, sorry for you.
Yes.
Better put some salt on that thing.
Salt?
Yes.
So yeah, more water and salt, that's what they say, right? All right, well, good morning. Did you guys see the 4 last night, the finale?
Yes, congratulations to Evie, who won on the 4th. I said last week that she was my favorite one. While I was watching it, she did Earn Your Day last week, and this week she won the whole entire competition.
Evie was cool. I like Evie. I wasn't mad at the choice for Evie. I like Candace though, but I didn't realize Candace had been around in the industry for a while already. I think, isn't that kind of unfair?
No, actually, the whole point of the 4 is that you can already have had some accolades. There's people that have won Grammys and everything.
Yeah, that's a little unfair to somebody who came up off the couch.
It's still just the way the competition is, though. It doesn't matter. Like, you could have had a deal.
No, she signed? She was signed before.
Who, Evie?
Yeah.
No, we're talking about Candace.
Yeah, she was signed before. Yeah, no, I don't think it should be signed. I think it should be open to new artists.
But it's not.
I think so, too.
The whole point of the competition is that it's not.
Yeah.
I know that, but we just said what we think.
Yeah, this is not unfair because this is somebody that's been prepped. They know how to sing. They've been in the studio before.
It's like fighting a professional boxer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If you're an amateur who ain't never boxed before and you coming fresh off the couch, you fight a professional boxer, you're gonna get your ass kicked. 9 times out of 10, yeah. You're gonna get your ass laid out.
Yeah.
Well, Evie still had that raw talent. Candace was really great too, though, so it was a tough one. I had no idea who was going to win at the end, but there are a lot of talented people. Vincent, he was very talented as well.
Okay. It was a good show, man. I didn't get tired of Khaled saying, I like them both. We know you like them both, Khaled. But that's not the point of the show. That's not how it works, okay? Only one can win.
But how they didn't win, though, because Charlie...
The iHeartRadio stimulus package.
Yeah, but do they get a deal still? Because Charlie's not there anymore.
Yeah, but it's still Republic Records, still exists.
Yeah,
So.
they didn't make no mention of that last night. They treated Charlie Walker like it was the Diddy crop, right?
They did mention it.
Crop them right out.
The same way they got French Montana in my pictures, how I got AJ out that picture the other day, they got Charlie Walker out of that. Got him out. Drop on the clue box for Karen Civil. Karen took him out the Diddy crop capabilities.
Took him right out?
Took him right out. Never knew he was there. And that's what they did to Charlie Walker last night. It was just an empty space.
Goodness.
Like, who's gonna challenge for that seat? That's the seat to challenge for.
My goodness. Now, Bobby Lights will be joining us. Explain to people who Bobby Lights is, Yee.
Well, Bobby Lights is from Love and Hip Hop Miami. He's also Trina's cousin, and so on the show, Trina's on the show as well.
Never heard of him.
And it starts off with him complaining, basically, that she's not helping him with his career, and he also has a boyfriend who was cheating on him, as we see on the show.
I seen that on the tease. He's very flamboyant. He throws his boyfriend on the bed.
Oh, he's gay?
Yes.
Oh, I'm intrigued now.
Yeah, he throws his boyfriend on the bed, and they start cuddling, grabs his boyfriend's ass, and opens up his... Yeah, I seen the trailer.
They did all that on Love and Hip Hop? They opening cheeks on Love and Hip Hop?
Yeah, they threw him on the bed.
Only wild for respect. What?
Yeah.
They showed that on VH1?
But he had clothes on. It wasn't like he was naked.
Oh, I say that then. Dang, you make it seem like cheeks are just busting open all over that.
No.
Like, what am I missing?
It's too early for pizza, but it's not too early for this.
Maybe you're right.
Front page don't make you fat.
What are we talking about front page news?
Well, the government shut down, but it's back open again. Yeah, it did for a brief amount of time last night. But now it's back open, and we'll tell you what's up with that. Also, the Olympics starts today.
Okay, we'll get into all that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's The Breakfast Club. Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get some front page news. Now let's start off with sports. Now, Cleveland Cavaliers, it seems like they traded everybody.
They threw the Cleveland Cavaliers in rice yesterday. That's what they did.
Oh my goodness, they got rid of everybody. Isaiah Thomas, Dwayne Wade, he went back to Miami. Isaiah went to the Lakers. I mean, everybody's pretty much gone, and they got a bunch of players.
Ron Shumpert went to Sacramento. Channing Frye's gone.
I don't know where Rose went, but everybody's
went to Minnesota.
Utah.
But
they got so many players. I don't even know the players' names. Do you know any of the players' names?
Yeah, George Hood. No, Rodney Hood. No, George Hood. Right? George Hood, Rodney Hill. I don't freaking know. Rodney Hood, George Hill.
They got to put their names on the front of the jersey. Nobody knows who they are.
All I know is dropping the clue box for Dwayne Wade. Anytime time you leave Cleveland from Miami, that's never a bad thing. There's no way. I don't care what it says on paper. Right. Where would you rather be? And you 30 plus years old with bad knees.
Oh, Miami.
Exactly. God bless Dwayne Wade. God loves you, sir. Brought you back home.
So I don't know what's going to happen with the Cleveland Cavaliers. I guess we'll just have to see.
More excuses, and then LeBron going to go be in somebody else's jersey next year and ruin his legacy.
We'll just have to see. Now let's talk about these Olympics.
Yeah, but while you're doing sports, let's also talk about the Philadelphia Eagles first, because they did have their parade yesterday. I hope you guys saw all the footage from the millions of people that were out for the parade. One guy was outside spreading his father's ashes at the parade.
What?
Yes, one fan spread his father's ashes.
I guess I get it. His pops was probably an Eagles fan and never was going to see them win the Super Bowl. So I guess he was like, this is his opportunity to
spread my ashes in Philadelphia's football stadium. I'm just sprinkling on the streets of Philly. What's up with y'all, man? You could have did that yesterday. You had to wait for the parade. You had the day before.
Parade was something special.
Man, please, blowing all the ashes in people's face. Throw the ashes on the field of the football stadium, man.
All right, now the Winter Olympics actually, the opening ceremony is today, but yesterday they did have some of the competitions as well. They started with curling and ski jumping.
I like curling.
You know, my cousin does that.
A curler?
Yeah.
Where's he from? Where's she from?
Jersey.
I never know anybody that.
Me neither. Me neither.
Oh, wow, okay.
All right, now the Winter Olympics are being hosted in Pyeongchang, South Korea, and they said it costs about $10 billion. And you know, when they build the whole entire stadium and then they tear it down, they demolish it. They're demolishing theirs after. So after they build that, they're going to demolish it. Some things that you need to know: North Korea is competing, even though it's in South Korea, and they actually are, for the first time in Olympic history, going to enter a joint women's ice hockey team in the Winter Olympics under the name Korea, and they're going to be represented by the unification flag. So that's the first time in Olympic history that has happened with Korea and South Korea. Also, Russia was banned in December from taking part in the games after anti-doping rules, but there are some athletes who have proven that they are clean. They will be invited to compete under the name Olympic athlete from Russia. So Russia's not being represented, but some of the athletes that are clean can compete.
Okay.
Now the Team USA is wearing Ralph Lauren design clothing, so that's going to be their uniforms. And yeah, so make sure you guys check it out. And for the first time ever, they are actually going to have live coverage of the game. So this is the first time everybody in all different time zones will have that access instead of a delayed replay.
Okay. And also, you said that the government went back over, right?
Oh yes, we're back open.
We're back.
So we were shut down last night at midnight because they were still trying to figure out this whole massive budget deal. Now the key thing, as I've been telling you, is that the Democrats really want a deal for DACA. What's going to happen to the dreamers that were brought to this country as babies, as young children, that are now people are being deported and they're not being protected? Well, they have not, of course, figured out a deal for DACA. There's no solution for that yet. Many Democrats are outraged that they have approved this spending deal and now there's no leverage for us to deal with these immigration issues. But according to the government, they're saying they are dedicated to coming up with some type of plan to protect those people. But the massive 2-year budget deal that was proposed by Senate leaders has now raised the budget caps by $300 billion in the next 2 years, increased the debt ceiling, and offers up to $80 billion in disaster relief for Texas, Florida, and Puerto Rico.
As long as Black Panther coming out next week, that's all I care about. As long as that's not shut down.
Well, I think they reopened like just this morning, right before we came on the air.
I didn't notice.
All right. Well, that's front page news. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to hit us up right now. Maybe you had a bad night, bad morning, or maybe you had a positive night. You want to spread some positivity this morning. 800-585-1051 is the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hello, who's this?
Yo, you know what it is, man. It is iPhone 7. What's good?
What up, iPhone Sam?
Yeah, it's Charlamagne. What up, kid?
What's happening, my brother?
What's up, man? Get it off your chest.
Yeah, I'm just happy as child, and I'm still here after 4 months. They love me. I'm a man. And even though I lost my phone last time with T-Mobile, I stretched that 620 credit score and put that $100, and I got Verizon, baby.
There you go. Where do you work at?
I'm popping. I love y'all.
I ain't gonna lie, Verizon ain't got no loyalty though, man. Verizon be cutting me off in the middle of phone calls now, and I've been with them for years. I thought they gave Verizon at least 6 figures of money in bills throughout my life.
AT&T be holding me down. Hello, who's this?
Hi, this is Unique.
Hey, Unique. Get it off your chest, mama.
Well, I'm so blessed because my oldest boy just graduated high school yesterday, and growing up how I grew up, I didn't get my diploma until after high school, so I got my GED, but I'm blessed to see him walk across the stage.
How do you graduate now? Isn't it halfway through the year?
Well, yeah, he took extra classes to get his credits up,
Oh, good.
so he finished early, yeah. He worked really, really hard, and he finished early, finished with a very high GPA, I think it was like 3.7,
Nice.
and he graduated early.
What school is he going to? What college? He going to college?
He's going to college, he's trying to figure that out now, he's going to go somewhere in Virginia. But he graduated from North Mac High here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
How old are you, baby? How old are you?
32.
Oh, okay. I was gonna hit you with a Doogie Howser reference, but you wouldn't have understood what the hell I'm talking about.
Evie went to school in Virginia.
Yeah, I went to school. I went to Hampton. My wife went to Old Dominion in Virginia.
Oh, okay, that's dope.
Yeah, I love Virginia. I really had a great time in Virginia.
Don't think so. I'm saying that he has a great time in Virginia as well. He's going out there with his uncle. His uncle's in the Navy, so that's going to be a whole new experience for him as well. So.
It's a big military town.
And make sure you give him condoms when he go, cause them girls in Virginia sexy now.
Oh, we've been giving him condoms for a long time now.
There you go. There you go.
That's his bless. He's 18, no kids, and he's good.
Yeah, all right. Well, enjoy it and tell them to enjoy Virginia. You got to go see Norfolk, the Old U, the Hampton, the Virginia Union, and Virginia Tech. Go see them all.
Oh yeah, I plan on. I have a sister that lives out there as well, so yeah, I plan on doing all of that this summer.
All right, Mama. Have a great day. Congrats.
All right, you guys too. Thank you.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you're upset, you need to vent, hit us up now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hello, who's this?
What's up, man? It's Knowledge, man. How y'all doing?
Knowledge, what's up, man? Get it off your
Peace, my
chest.
brother.
You know what I'm saying, man? I'm mad at the BET Social Award, man. They hated on the brilliant idiots, and I ain't gonna lie because of Andrew show.
They didn't hate on that, man.
With the award show?
Yes, they did.
Yeah, award show is Sunday. I was actually supposed to be there presenting an award, but I got something else to do. But they didn't hate on us.
Man, they hated because of Andrew. But yesterday, hey, you gotta play that wax drop.
What wax say that, man?
Oh, the wax song?
Oh, y'all played the song?
Yeah, we played the song.
Oh, my goodness.
Absolutely. Salute to all our brilliant idiots listeners, man. Appreciate you.
Wait, what wax song?
The one that, you did.
Oh.
Hello, who's this?
Well, Lorenzo from Brooklyn, what up, man?
Lorenzo, what's up? Get it off your chest.
What up, Envy? What up, Yee? What up, Charlamagne?
What's up, my brother?
Nothing much, man. I just want to talk about these Cavs, man. What are they out there doing, man? What is LeBron out there doing? Getting rid of Isaiah Thomas with some no-names that people that we don't even know, man.
Well, I mean, they're younger, solid players.
And they've been losing since Christmas, so I mean, they got to do something, shake something up.
Do y'all feel like they even gave Isaiah Thomas a chance, honestly?
Not at all.
Not even a little bit.
Seriously, man. He just got up for injury. I didn't even give him a chance to even get his legs back, man.
Now, listen, why y'all mad? Isaiah Thomas left Cleveland for LA. All right?
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever been to either.
But he's going to be a backup point guard in LA?
It's LA.
He ain't going to be a backup, though.
He about to be a backup for Lonzo Ball.
He definitely be a backup for Lonzo.
Even doing his thing.
Man,
You know what I'm saying?
whatever injury Isaiah Thomas had could not heal in Cleveland. Cleveland too cold.
What y'all think LeBron gonna do though? Y'all think that he's gonna leave Cleveland?
Yes.
And tarnish his legacy?
Yes.
I don't think he's going to leave Cleveland.
All right.
He might go to the
LeBron
Rockets, man.
gonna be in the Houston. LeBron gonna be in Golden State somewhere super lame. Now back in the day, we used to, you know, when you play at NBA 2K or something, you just take a superstar player and put him somewhere they don't need to be, and it just look odd. Put Magic on the Bulls with Michael and Pippen or something like that.
He did it with the Warriors?
They are talking about that last
Oh,
week.
my goodness.
They shot it down though.
Hello?
Good morning.
Hey, Lala. Get it off your chest.
Hi, Breakfast Club. I'm upset because I have a really bad cold. I've been sick since last Friday, and I've been taking like over-the-counter medicine. And my job keeps insisting that everybody get the flu shot. But I honestly think that the flu shot is killing people.
I don't know about the flu shot.
I don't think it's
The flu shot can't make you sick though, because it's giving you the actual
supposed to make
flu.
you sick, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
The
you
last
sick.
time I had the flu, I got really, really sick. I really think it's killing people. I do.
You don't think it got to do with your lack of condom use?
My goodness.
You know what, Charlamagne? I'm sick of you. I'm sick of you.
But you know what? It's crazy crazy. Some doctors say that, the flu shot is not good, and some people say it is good, but people have been dying like crazy, and they're advising,
Exactly.
especially young children and older people, to definitely take that flu shot.
And besides over-the-counter medicine, have you been doing anything like taking some vitamin C shots and some ginger shots at your local juice bar?
I take my vitamin D's and all of that. It's just a bad cold season this year.
Girl, you need Durex, you need Magnums, you need Lifestyles, you need Trojans. It's a lack of those in your life that got you coughing right now.
I'm gonna get a switch off the tree for you.
Thank you, Mama. Have a great day. Feel better.
Salute to you,
Bye,
Lala.
guys. Thank you.
Salute to Lala Anthony too, man. Lala, you know how sometimes you go to somebody's Instagram, you just like, man, they look amazing. I saw Lala at the Tom Ford thing last night for New York Fashion Week. She had her outfit together, man.
Ain't that your sister? Okay, and I can't compliment her on her
Amazing.
outfit. Okay.
Salute to Lala on her outfit, man. Drop a clues bomb for Lala
How did
Anthony.
that picture you got over there, Lala?
You got old, man. That picture is a newspaper. It's starting to turn yellow. What you mean?
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. We got rumors on the way?
Yes, we are going to talk about cropping people out of pictures. Diddy finally talks about that infamous crop he did of French Montana and FABO.
All right, we'll get into that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God, we are the Breakfast Club. Let me send a rest in peace to Love Bug Star Ski.
Oh, man. Drop one of clues bomb for Love Bug Star Ski, man.
Legendary DJ and MC from the Bronx. They say he was one of the people that created the term hip-hop. He passed away a heart attack, I believe, last night or yesterday. So rest in peace to,
How old was he?
57?
57?
Yikes.
Love Bug Star Ski. Rest in peace, man. All right, well, let's get to the rumors. Let's talk. The NYPD wants to talk to Quavo.
Now, we told you previously about the fight that Quavo allegedly got into with the jeweler, Eric the jeweler, at One Oak. And that was a Grammy after party. According to sources, it was over some unpaid work. Allegedly, Eric ran into Quavo at the club and Quavo confronted him about a $10,000 debt that Offset allegedly owes. So that's when they say allegedly Quavo and another man beat Eric the jeweler up and stole his chain in the process. Well, according to TMZ now, NYPD detectives have gotten in contact with Quavo's attorney, and they're saying they have enough evidence to arrest Quavo. They say they're not putting out a warrant, but it's only a matter of time before he does get arrested.
I mean, I got evidence to arrest him. They got a video or something of him actually assaulting the
Yeah, but you don't really need a video. As long as there's evidence of you being assaulted, you can just say anybody hit me, they gotta arrest you, and then you gotta, prove it in court. But if they were hosting, right there, I think they were hosting that event.
Oh, I don't know.
You come up here and mess with me, get away from me. I don't know my name. I don't know who owes you money. I don't know. I never dealt with you. Get away from me. You're in my space. I'm protecting myself.
All right, Quavo's attorney is saying that Quavo's an innocent man, and he hopes that they don't arrest him because it would be another example of a young African-American hip-hop star potentially being treated unfairly by the criminal justice
I
system.
still don't understand why Eric the jeweler doesn't know the difference between Offset and Quavo.
Yeah, why you know money?
If Offset owes you money, run up on Offset. Don't run up on Quavo.
Angela, you owe me money. Why you come to me? I don't know.
Well, they should, because if I owe them money. All right, now, at the same time that all this is happening, congratulations to the Migos. They actually have broken a record. They have 15 songs simultaneously on Billboard's Hot R&B Hip Hop
They're
chart.
working, man.
15 songs all at the same time. So
Yeah,
that
all
is
working.
the most ever from a group and the third by anybody. So other two people that have more than 15 songs or 15 songs on the chart in the same week are Drake and The Weeknd. So congratulations to the Migos.
They're working. Congrats.
Did you guys see them on the cover of the magazine, NME?
I did. Well, they all look like one person.
Yeah, the Gucci, I guess, oversized shirt, and all three of them are in the same shirt.
Drop on a clues bomb for the Migos, man. You really doing what they're supposed to do. And that stir fry video is dope because they're actually in the kitchen cooking stir fry. I love when the video actually reflects what the song is about.
Right, like Black Youngster's song, Booty. Did anybody see his video for Booty?
This is just mad booty in it.
No, it's a very creative video. You gotta see it. He's like a little person, like a little shrunken, like,
Oh, I did see that. He's like Ant-Man.
yeah, it's cute. All right, now Diddy is explaining why he crops people out of pictures on Instagram. Everybody was making a big deal out of this picture of Jay-Z, Kendrick, and Nas. It was captioned, 3 kings, 3 great friends, love you guys, hashtag Black greatness. Diddy's not even in the picture. And neither was First Montana and Fab, and originally they were. And they got cropped out. Here's what he had to say on Ellen DeGeneres.
Sometimes my photography editor, he doesn't let me know when he's like taking people out of the pictures. There were people that were taken away that didn't deserve to be taken away. I had nothing to do with it. It was just like this young kid that works for me. He wanted a picture of Jay-Z, Nas, and Kendrick. And so he used his social technology skills, and that's what he did. Then, and my friends haven't been talking to me for like 2 weeks.
You gotta crop people out of your pictures sometimes. That's how I live my life. Sometimes you gotta diddy crop people out of your life.
That's his artist. You can't crop your
I don't
artist out.
care. It's like Back to the Future when people fade from the picture. They didn't make it to the future. Some people not gonna make it.
You
Bro.
can't want to
And
party
you saw
with Fab one day and then the next day you crop him out, bro.
You saw when Fab posted the picture, he posted the original picture also after all this happened, so.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The Diddy crop picture look way better. The picture of Jay-Z, Diddy, and Jay-Z, Kendrick, and Nas look way fresher.
My goodness.
Alright, well, and Fab, when he posted, he put unedited version.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Fab. Your version look like it's Photoshop. Your version look like you and French wasn't supposed to be there. Being honest with you,
My goodness.
Well, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your rumor report.
All right, when we come back, Bobby Lights. You know who that is?
Yes, he's from Love and Hip Hop Miami. He's Trina's cousin. He just recently broke up with his boyfriend on the show and slapped him on Love and Hip Hop.
never heard of him.
All right, well, we'll kick it with him and we'll find out all about it when we come back. It's the Breakfast Club in the morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building from Love and Hip Hop Miami, Bobby Lights.
You can speak, Bobby Lights.
Hi!
That's your real name, Bobby Light?
No, my real name is Bobby Wade. BOBBYLYTES is my stage name.
So why is it like? Is it like your complexion or?
No, actually because like I do a theory behind everything. So I'm like, you know what? One ray of light can illuminate an entire world of darkness.
Fact.
So I was like, you know, Bobby Lights. You know, something you can't live without. Lights, sky, you know.
It's a star name.
Right, I felt like it just fits me, and it was just something I felt like represented my personality.
Now, we first met at the Revolt Music Conference, and this was before all this Love and Hip Hop, before you were on the show. So, just so people don't think that you just came on the show and decided you wanted to be a rapper, you actually have been pursuing this career in music even before Love and Hip Hop.
For sure, even if you go on YouTube, you can see, and I left my videos up on purpose because I knew Love and Hip Hop fans were like talkers. So I was like, no, I'm gonna leave these old music videos up from 2012 when I was like directing, doing my own stuff, and it's been a good minute that I've been trying to pursue.
How long you been rapping?
I've been rapping since age 15. I'm 27 now.
You gotta let us hear some bars because I didn't know you was a rapper.
Not right now.
Oh, you don't really rap.
I mean, no, I'll do it today. But I'm just saying, can we like let's get
was
down.
in the
Y'all got any like champagne or anything?
Oh, we got some drinks. We got no champagne. We got some liquor. We got some yak stuff.
You want some yak?
What you got? What you got?
Speak for yourself, I do actually have champagne.
You know, we got
You did a Bobby Light though.
Okay, but wait.
Okay, I think we're
Brandy is
starting
a form of champagne and cognac.
Cognac.
Is it cognac champagne?
Yes, it's and it's an aphrodisiac. Okay, so you playing a little action like that, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I've
been in New York City. Listen, I've been in New York City lonely as in my bed, okay? In that hotel room. A lot of people been sliding in my DMs though after this thing that happened Monday night. Like people are like, oh, you single? Are you single? Are you single? Are you single?
Are you smashing Love and Hip Hop fans? Go get some cups.
I'm actually celibate.
You celibate?
I've been celibate for a year now.
Why?
I just haven't had no action.
I thought I seen you throw some dude on the bed and Love and Hip Hop.
That was his ex.
Oh,
Okay, now let's get into this because
No, I'm not.
you had a boyfriend, so you guys weren't having sex at all?
No, we weren't actually, no. I was so focused on music, and that was part of my storyline, that I was like in the studio. And I'm like, this is my last, I gotta get it this time. Like, I'm filming for Love and Hip Hop now, I'm about to have a platform, I gotta get it.
a little sex ain't gonna take your drive away.
It won't, but guess what? You know, every time you have an orgasm, you release creativity.
You release creativity?
Yeah. You release energy and creativity. I was there.
What are you talking about?
Well, you can read up on it, and not only that, Oprah had like this thing on it. She's like, you know, the key to success is celibacy.
I believe that because it helps you to focus, but I don't think when you just release creativity.
I'm a Scorpio. I love sex. I'm just saying.
Right.
Jesus.
So you don't masturbate or anything?
Maybe.
Because it release creativity.
But trust me when I tell you, the key to success is celibacy, and I have seen results by me doing it.
Okay.
What's been the biggest thing that has happened since you've been celibate? Like, what change did you see happen immediately?
Well, when I was casting for Love and Hip Hop, people think it's like, oh my God, why would you do Love and Hip Hop? Or a lot of people like to downplay the franchise, but you can't audition for Love and Hip Hop. You have to be sought after, or someone has to come to you where you have to have some type of a storyline or something. So that was like the first step. Then all the doors, like what's about to happen with my acting and this year, and like just everything just started coming and started lining up. And
Well, Love and Hip Hop has changed though, because it was a time where we would look at people that were on Love and Hip Hop like this was the last resort. But now it's like, you know, with the King Michelle's and the Cardi B, like it's changed. You know, Remy's on there, Papoose,
Trina and Trick Daddy.
Trina and Trick, Jim Jones.
for sure, I think Miami was the point of Miami was to elevate the franchise. That was what we discussed mainly. And I feel like, you know, it's happening.
Are you related to Trina?
That's my first cousin.
That's your first cousin?
Really?
So that's part of what was happening on the first episode of this season, because you and Trina sat down and you had some issues with the fact that she really has not helped you as far as being an artist.
That maybe she could have supported me a little bit more in my career. Yep.
But what would you have wanted her to do?
You know, just give me like, you know, hook me up.
Couple retweets.
Hook me up.
You know what I mean? Post me on your IG every now and then.
See, but you gotta work for that though. Like Trina didn't just get it; she had to work for her.
Does she think you right?
And she might think that you didn't
No,
deserve
she
it.
thinks I'm good. She likes the music. She does.
Really?
Yeah, she does.
Always has, or more recently?
She's always noticed my talent.
Was she in a song with you beforehand?
No, we've talked about it. We've gotten this close to it.
So why is she hating Trina? Why you hating?
Trina's not hating.
But you said you guys have gotten closer since you started filming.
Yeah, we've gotten way closer since we started filming. The main issue came from like her camp. Her little, you know, her
yeah,
sisters
here we
and
go.
like trying to intervene and fuck shit up for us.
They like you musically?
They're like me.
Sexuality?
No, she's a fag hag. Like she keeps a lot of gay guys around her. The thing is like I'm extra over the top, all that.
A lot of people pull over, come on, you lose your mind.
He be starting fights and stuff like that.
Used to not start fights, get into situations.
Oh, you know what? Was Trina
Angela.
about you? One time when Trina was mad and she was like, somebody in my camp.
Because you would be an extra.
That was you.
That was you on that video.
That was me. Extra.
That was me. Don't talk like that was so extra. I was drunk, guys. I was drinking.
What happened that night?
Jesus. It was a lot that happened. It started from the inside. You would have had to be inside to see what had happened and how it started. But it wasn't with me. It was with who you've seen on the show now. The one that I got into in the first episode. And
Somebody that works with her.
yeah, somebody that works for her.
Okay.
And yeah, he works for her, and so that was just, they got into it, and I was just defending her. You know what I'm saying? Because he was like getting all like finger in her face and stuff, and I was just like, no, don't touch my cousin, being extra, trying to just defend her or whatever. And I should have never did that, because it ended up in me and him getting into it and like having beef for real, you know?
Right. Was it like a little cousin thing though? Because you're much younger than Trina, so maybe she didn't want her little cousin tagging around with her all the time.
Yeah, no, not only that, like, I think Trina, she's a Sagittarius, so I think she just, like, they get aggravated very easily. And, you know, we're right next to each other. I don't know, whatever. It's all love. That's my family.
You said real beef. Did y'all squash it then?
We squashed it, but on the show, if you watch the show, like, you can literally see the first episode we got into it.
Right.
When I threw a potato at him, whatever.
You threw a potato at her?
Hell, you just had a random potato.
Remember at STK?
Which is also new for Love and Hip Hop, because they used to go to restaurants and have nothing but water on the table. They never used to
Right. True that. They'll be like, here's some drinks.
So you big into signs and stuff like that, huh?
Yes, astrology. You're Cancer.
Yes, I am.
And you are Capricorn.
Yes, I am.
What's your sign?
Virgo.
A Virgo. Oh, okay. That's a nice little. Yeah, that's a nice tree.
That works?
Yeah, it does.
Well, let's talk about your boyfriend on the show. What sign is
My
he?
ex.
Well,
He was Sagittarius.
all right. He just turned into your ex, and I felt really bad. Now, in the last
Well,
episode
we might be back together though, I ain't gonna lie.
of Love and Hip Hop
Oh, my
Miami,
goodness.
you were
Y'all gotta see on
upset.
the reunion what happened. It's a shocker.
Oh yeah, they just filmed the reunion, by the way.
With no sex.
Yeah, no sex.
Liar.
Well, actually, it's gonna end soon, actually. Yeah, no, my whole thing.
Your cleanse.
Yeah.
All right, so
Why is it
anyway.
influence?
It's gonna end
You got some dick set up?
March.
You got a brother? I'm trying to figure out what how they gonna end.
Charlamagne, by the way, listen, do not get this side open to me. I am not one of the previous gays that's been on here that's shy to talk about sexuality. I will make you feel uncomfortable before your kids. Charlamagne.
Pull your seat over there, you go. There you go. Okay, what's up? How you?
I ain't gonna lie, no. Charlamagne is filled with love. I can feel his positivity though, y'all. For all you people out there who hate Charlamagne, stop it.
How big is his positivity that you just felt?
Oh my God! I ain't feeling that yet, but I know he's filled with a lot of it.
I am a married man, Bobby.
Oh, you are?
But if you
Damn.
might get Bobby a chance.
Now hold on, Bobby, like you came for
Would you
Charlamagne.
switch your sexuality card for someone? Anybody?
You know what I always say, man, a man can't say anything to get me out my drawers.
Okay.
That's
like Prince.
I haven't seen that kind of finesse shit.
But that's a married client though.
Yeah.
When he ain't sitting there smooth enough to eat you out your place.
Yeah, I ain't met that kind of finesse yet.
You're tripping from
Uh-oh, Bobby singing. He's flirting with you a lot, Bobby. He never like this with people.
That's a good thing. Let the God be on my side.
Bobby, you know the problem is, this is the problem. When a straight guy just has a regular conversation with a gay guy, like they're a regular person, because y'all are, it's like, oh, look at him flirting.
Right.
No, I never seen. I can talk about no BS with all of these guys in this room. But as soon as I start talking with Bussy, that's you.
He just that pussy. God, please. Oh my God. Oh my God. That is illegal. Listen. That is illegal. No, listen, seriously.
Names like trade and stuff like that.
Yeah, they call trade all the time. Listen, but seriously, keep breaking the mold, keep breaking down barriers, be yourself. Like, that's how you need to live your life.
All right, let's talk about your plot also, your storyline. Okay, so you and your boyfriend just broke up, so now that's your ex-boyfriend because he was cavorting with his ex.
Yeah.
And
Cheater.
Yeah, he's a cheater. And you actually rolled up on them
At the pool party.
at the pool party. But you also slapped
I slapped his ass.
him.
Jesus Christ. I can't want Trina to say you got an attitude problem.
No, can I be honest with you guys though? You know,
Do you feel bad about that?
I do. I did that night. Like, you know, after the camera shut off, like I started crying. I felt really bad because it was like a moment where I really I regretted it because of the fact that violence is not the answer, one. And then for me to have to put my hands on you means that I'm backtracking in my life because that's a point in my life I don't want to be at no more. When I was young, I was irate and doing all that. But you know, that's part of filming a reality show. You know what you sign up for, and this is what's going to happen. Now, mind you, people don't know that I didn't know I was actually still being cheated on. I thought that they were just meeting up and they were trying to make me mad by putting them in the scene together. They were actually
For real?
right having an affair, and so that's when I started realizing it. And then that pool party is when it all came to me, and that's what made me so mad, and that's why I slapped him.
Why do you think you had anger issues so much when you was young?
You know, I grew up without a father. That's not the reason, but I'm gonna tell you this: growing up without a father, it does something to you, and it does something to everyone. It's certain people can, you know, grow up and be just fine, or some people can grow up and be blessed because they have other father figures or manly figures in their life. But I think you just learn by growing up. And no offense to you, Angela, you learn the ways of like a female, which is a female, and a lot of females have short temper. So my two sisters, my mom, and then you just learn the ways of aggression and aggravation because females that get their period once a month.
How was you?
My dad was in and out of prison.
Okay.
Yeah,
So he never was in your life?
never was in my life.
Jesus.
You know.
Did he accept you when you knew you were gay? Or?
Yeah, I went to go visit him in prison because 2 years ago I went to a church and the pastor called me out. He's like, "You're about to have a blessing. You're about to be a star, and something's gonna happen in your life. But you have to do one thing." I was like, "What's this one thing?" He's like, "You have to go forgive your father." And he didn't even know nothing about me, so he's like, "You have to forgive your father." So I set up a date to go see him in prison. I gave him a hug. I let him know I forgave him after all these years. Of course, he's accepting of me. And at this point, it's like, motherfucker, if you don't accept me, you weren't in my life. So how dare you not accept me? I don't accept you. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way I would view that.
It wasn't a choice though if he was in and out of jail, right?
It wasn't a choice, but come on, man, you have to make better decisions when you know you're raising a family, when you know you're out here popping out children. I have an older brother. It was me, then it's my younger sister, and then my younger brother. You have 4 kids. You got something to live for out here in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Don't be out here acting like a donkey. But then again, I genuinely forgive him. You know, I forgive him.
Was he reaching out to you from jail?
He was, and like, you know, writing letters and things like that. But at the end of the day, a lot of resentment was held up in me, so I didn't. Yeah, my mind.
Were you always flamboyant like this, or
Always.
really?
My mom knew. Like, people, when I was younger, they would be like, you know, they would try to pull her aside because I was raised in church. And so they would try to pull her aside from time to time, like saying, you might need things like that or whatever. But it is what it is.
And she was always fine with it. That's my baby.
Yeah, my mom definitely accepted me for sure.
What about hip hop? Does hip hop accept you? Because I know that's an issue that you discuss in your music and everything.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Surprisingly, as of the past this year and last year, hip hop is becoming very accepting of me, and it's at least what I'm noticing. And I think it has something to do with the fact that I can sing, I can rap, I write my own shit, and I feel like I am talented. So, and then it has to be packaged a certain way. Like, it's not about who's the first gay rapper, it's about who's the first to succeed. And I feel like what I'm about to do is about to change the game, and I feel like the reason why no real openly gay rapper has surfaced on the mainstream yet is because my spot was being held.
And plus, the game has changed. Like, people are getting in the game and all with these non-traditional raps. Like, you're building your own fan base, you got your own platform.
Yeah.
And you don't gotta come in the front door anymore, you can go in the back.
Right. Yes. I love that.
Ass.
He's so clever and witty. Look at him.
Ass. You just set that up for me.
Keep going, mother. Keep going to drink this
Until it came out of my mouth.
You need more?
No, it's actually sound good right.
Okay. So listen, with your father, did you have any resentment towards him because maybe you feel like, I know this may sound crazy, you feel like you wouldn't have been gay if you had a father?
That's not true.
Okay.
Now that is not true. I'll tell that to everybody. Y'all get that out your head. You are born this way. Regardless, the inevitable is the inevitable. You can be born into a house. You can be raised by two gay men. Around females all your life, and if you're born to love pussy and be a guy that loves vagina and wants to be straight, your genes is going to allow you to like vagina and be straight. Trust me.
Do you feel like
no worries?
You feel like he could have protected you from a lot of the bullshit you faced?
If it wasn't for my father not being with me, I'm sorry, being with me. This is the breakfast club. Wow, Bobby, you would choose to stumble like that.
Yeah, Bobby, you listen.
I'm sorry. I don't know what I said. I just said NB.
That's so good.
Okay, what you mean?
I'm sorry. Thank God, man.
If it wasn't for my father not being in my life, not in me, but in my life, I think I wouldn't be the person that I am today.
Right.
And that is a blessing within itself because, yes.
Was it hard growing up as a gay man in Miami?
Yeah, very hard. And that was something that I didn't realize it was hard until after. Like, while I'm living my life, I thought it was just my life. I thought this is what I'm destined for, this is what I gotta go through because of who I am. But as I grew up and I realized my position in society and how much I can have control of my life and how much power I have and how much of control I am of my universe and what's around me, I realized, damn, I had it hard. You didn't have to go through that, Bobby. You know what I'm saying? But you realize those things after sometimes.
And it's that's what I always love about gay men. It's like the confidence, because they get to the point where they're like, y'all don't accept me, so I'm gonna rock out and accept myself anyway.
Yeah, there's some out there battling with those issues, so I ain't gonna lie.
There's so many quotes that we gonna take from this. I love shit. I love it. Now, let me ask you a question. Now, the type of man that you're into, is it flamboyant?
I'm very confident.
Or is it calm, or what type of men are you into?
I am into...
Pretty boys.
No, that's what I effed up at last time.
What about EJ? What about guys like EJ?
That's sis.
That's
That's actually my friend, sis. That's sis.
That's your homie.
Yeah, that's my homie. Like, that's just sis. That's like, no, we gonna show it. That's not, yeah, that's
She's a
not.
woman.
You like dogs?
Yeah, I like a boy. Like, okay, here's my theory. Here's my theory. If I'm gay because I like men. I'm not gonna be gay and like a tranny or be gay. I don't think that's gay. I mean, you
can say that word. Can you say that word?
Tranny?
He's part of the community. You can say that, I guess. I don't know.
So I have to sign off on it or something?
Sign off on it.
Yeah, so no, like, I don't know, like, my type is like a man. That's why I am gay. That's why I am,
Do you like straight men and turning them out?
That is a no-no for me. I don't appreciate stuff like that. Because, I have girlfriends that have, baby daddies and husbands, and they tell me all the time, and I've had issues I've had a few of them that have dealt with that, and that's heartbreaking to them.
Any celebrities come in?
fault though.
It's not.
Any celebrities come in the DM for you? Really?
Actually, a couple. Yeah, why?
No, just kidding. Any that you would say their names?
No, but one of them I'll say is a football player.
Really?
He's openly gay.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Like openly how?
He's openly gay. The media knows he's openly gay.
Michael Sam?
I don't know.
But
Ask him. Have y'all interviewed him yet?
No, I've never been up here. I mean, Michael Sam's the only openly gay one that I know of.
would you consider going out with him?
Who, Michael Sam? He's a cutie.
All right, there it is.
Yeah, he's a cutie.
Now, are you going to get back together with your ex? Because we know the reunion's coming up. I saw you were so upset. Listen, I'm gonna tell you how
Y'all don't like
that
this. I'm telling you, I don't like this reunion.
because I was watching the episode and you were balled up on the couch crying.
Yes, you tweeted me. You said, "Aw," everybody loved when you did that.
I felt so bad because he was like really, really like balled up. You know how you get so upset you
They
can't.
didn't show it all. I threw the roses. I started crying. I was like,
You brought him roses?
I brought like so many dozens of roses. So I apologize for slapping him.
Right. So
A relationship show with Bobby Lights would be dope too.
I know.
Ooh,
Like Flavor of Love,
on logo or something.
Flavor of
How do
Bobby
you-
I gotta be on logo. You don't gotta typecast yourself like that.
Because I thought about that too. We've been talking about that.
That would be a dope show.
But as of now, do you want him back?
Man, I ain't gonna lie.
You do.
I wouldn't mind being in a relationship with him again, but he has to get with the program and realize I'm about to be touring. The things I have lined up, at least, is gonna take time away from us.
I see you walked in Fashion Week also.
This Saturday I'm walking in the Fashion Week. Yes, it's like, and you know what's so funny? People see me walking to the pool party, they're trying to make fun of my walk. They're like, look at this motherfucker.
Show us how you walk. Let me see.
No,
He looked like he was on a catwalk.
Let me see,
my arms are just so flimsy, and I looked so like, but then it was so funny because then designers were hitting me up like, you want to walk in Fashion Week? And I was like, yes. let's do it.
Let's see, Bobby. Let's see how you walk, man.
Right now,
Come on, man.
What a chill, little more.
You got a whole catwalk, right?
Let me see.
no.
Walk over there and slap. Walk over there and slap.
Shantae, Shantae, Shantae.
And
Yes.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, not Y-E-Y-A-S.
Not slap Charlamagne.
Yes, why would I ask?
Angela, you know what? Angela! Between you and you're the mediator. You're like the one who's the balancer. You're
No, I'm the mediator.
You should have now slapped Charlamagne. Oh my god.
Charlamagne almost slapped you in the butt when you
That's not true.
Oh my god.
Did you hear rumors about Envy? Did you hear it?
Rumor.
When he was trending, because he allegedly was talking to somebody about 9.5-inch dildos.
Oh god. No, I didn't hear about
He's
that.
into that kind of thing.
I know that you have a beautiful family.
Oh, thank you.
I know that.
Come on now,
We talked about that all the time on Instagram. Like, you guys match for all the
There's a
holidays.
lot of trade with beautiful families.
No. But I'll tell you this much. I'm not the type to even discuss things like this, even if it came up. That's like, it's none of my business.
I like Bobby.
Hey, Bobby, let me ask you a question. If you had a homegirl,
glad you behind Bobby.
her baby daddy, her boyfriend, her husband,
Michael.
That's it.
if you had a homegirl whose baby daddy, whose boyfriend, whose husband slid up in your DMs, or tried to give some type of indication to you that he was interested in you, would you tell her?
Like, go be like, girl, look. It wouldn't be like that. I think I'll probably have to set up a dinner and everything and let her know.
Why you gotta bring it to
It's
her like
about,
that?
it's about the way, yeah, it's about the way you do things. Because it seems messy and it seems like vindictive, like, girl, look, hey, damn, you did so quick, like, you know, I'm gonna be like, listen, girl, I need to talk to you right now. I don't know how you're gonna take it. And, you know, it's the way you, is this the right word, reverend? How do you say it? Like,
Reverence.
yeah, like when you have, like, respect and, you know what I'm talking about?
Reverence.
Reverence.
Yes.
You have respect and just.
What if you couldn't tell for sure? Like, what if he just was like, hey, so what you doing later? We couldn't hang out without her.
Oh, like that, no. No, there's too many trade out here in the world. You can find someone that's not in a relationship, find someone that's not, have nothing to lose.
But would you
and got
tell
no
her?
children.
Would you tell her, like, I feel like he was trying to...
Yes, that's why I have a lot of best friends, and that's why a lot of people trust me.
Okay, good.
Why do you feel the need to tell her that?
If she's my best friend, or
Well,
you're
not best friend, but just a friend of yours, a homegirl.
if she's a homegirl of mine, and I don't know him, and he's doing it, yeah. But if it's like he's my homeboy, and then she's my friend, and then he comes and he's had a couple drinks one night, and he might say something, I'm not gonna go the next day. I'm gonna let he might have been drunk. Nobody's perfect, and you know what I'm saying. Nobody's perfect. It's not like, first of all, females, every female I know have been like, I'll make out with you. Ooh, you wanna kiss me, girl, or something. You know what I'm saying? Every girl I know, they play jokes like that. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, if men want to decide to do that one night just to see if that's what they want, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
Drug person speaking sober mind, though.
If they do, it's true.
Sometimes.
What are some of the myths that are being dispelled about homosexuals in 2018? In particular.
Oh my God, there's so many, but I mean, I don't know. I can't think of one. Like, because right now I'm just so focused on what people are saying about me and how the support I'm getting. Like, I'm shocked. It's a lot of support.
How's the music doing now that you're on Love and Hip Hop?
More views on everything.
That's dope.
More views on everything. More streaming on everything.
Are DJs supporting?
Not yet, but I haven't presented them with that song yet. There's gonna be like, which is coming out in February 26th. It's called Way Up. It's lit. It's like, it's an inspirational, uplifting record. It's called Way Up. It's
Way Up.
Yes.
How does it go?
Heaven knows I like to be way, way up. Puffing on them trees, I say way, way up. In between the knees, I say lay up. Heaven knows I like to be way, way up. Till I'm way, way up again, way, way up. And I apologize if I don't make the way back. By the way, I'm not the one singing on the hook.
Right now.
There's someone else. I'm just singing his part. But you know, it's an uplifting, it's a dope record. I think
We gotta
everybody.
get rap, man. We gotta get some balls.
Here's some balls, man.
We gotta get some balls.
Right now.
See what that
Right
mouth do.
now. See what that mouth do. Oh my God, that's like a 6 nasty joke to it. Let's count.
We about to say put your lips on the mic in a second. Go ahead, say it.
And if he's making you uncomfortable, feel free to tell him, like, I'm not.
He's not making me uncomfortable.
There you go.
Yeah, spit that. There you go, baby.
Alright, ready?
You said spit it, go ahead.
Look, I don't think that they feel me yet. Bad motherfucker, shut down your whole set. Me and my crew come through, we make moves. You brought a couple thugs, but they ain't fucking with my goons. Your brother, your cousin, your uncle, they some cartoons. Look, my rhyme game's so sick, I might make you Earl. Nookie so good, make a baller wanna twirl. Bobby better known for breaking hearts. Bars like a booty hole, tight, topping all the time. Back in 89, red ball so fine. Best MC of all time. My steak walk make all the dudes wanna hump. Caught your man daydreaming, he was thinking about this rump. Some say my mouth foul, so what? The game turned 50 ever since. Trina told us she was when she's 10. All because I like a little in my butt. Nigga, me slow, never said I like it rough. If you ain't putting down on my bills, you can bite your tongue, motherfucker, that's real. Nah, I ain't Jenny from the block, but my ass so fat, make a bottom wanna top. All the square house music need a stop, blow your whole head off, you calling that hip hop? Alright. Hit that, get that.
I wasn't feeling it until you started giving me that gay realness. Really? All right. When I started hearing that gay realness, he's spitting that real shit. I believe it. I believe it.
I like how you censored one curse and then let all the rest fly.
You should do Blige over. Do Blige over right
How we
now.
do it? How we do it?
Which one?
I like the cut.
You know, to be honest with you, I was thinking about doing a compilation mixtape or remix all the dopest like nationwide. That will only be for my fans.
This mic is off, boy.
Really?
Yeah. Charlamagne, stop bending over. Sit down, man.
Charlamagne, wait, what am I missing? You got, did I just steal your idea?
Now, Bobby,
Let's just go loud ideas.
So how about we work on it together?
Bobby, listen to me. In the vault right now, we have 7 years of a compilation we call that. That's what I call gay. We got everything from Fat Joe all in your. What else we got? We got hits, man. I didn't just come up with the applies off the top of my head.
Wait, so I think we're on to something right now.
We might be on the same. Bobby might be the one, man.
Bobby, figure it out. Can we make it work?
Bobby might be the one, man. He might be the
Can we
one.
make it work?
so never again will Charlamagne say, who is Bobby Lights?
Yeah, we're not that again.
Yeah, I'm the caller was saying, I don't know who you are.
Listen, and then, you know, let me clarify that. I was being so petty. I'm like, I was attention craving that day. I was like,
He got mad because
he said, you know who I am? I'm gonna tweet about him. No, but I just literally did that just for the fans, just to excite them, like to let them know, like, look, they talking about us, get ready for Love and Hip Hop Miami. That's all that was.
I didn't even know.
First of all, I deleted the tweet like 5 minutes after, and I know for a fact, even if you probably wouldn't have, I don't think you would have seen it. Not now, then. Probably now you would have seen it.
Right.
Jamie follows me now, all type of, but like, I know for a fact, you would have gotten offended.
We appreciate you for doing that.
Thank you so much.
Compilation.
Thank y'all so much for having me.
I can't wait to see to the reunion. But you know, I wish you the best and you'll stay in contact.
Yes.
And Bobby Rice was also on Lip Service, so make sure you go check him out.
Yes, I was on. Yes.
Talking crazy on Lip
Yes,
Service.
I was.
There you have it.
And so
Bobby
much fun.
Lights, Loving Hip Hop Miami. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ NV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you want to see the full interview with Bobby Lights, you can hit up our YouTube page, Breakfast Club AM.
Salute to my guy Bobby Light. I feel like he stole my idea though, because I'm dead serious when I tell y'all that, you know, for the past 7 years we've been recording a compilation album called Now That's What I Call Gay 69. Alright? My Fat Joe version is fire. Nothing can stop me. I'm all in his butt. Yay!
I got this. Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk music.
And right before we get into that, congratulations to Rick Williams and Yolanda Williams in Detroit. They just opened up a brand new store, Cream Blends, that lotion I gave you, Envy.
Yes.
They opened a whole entire flagship store for that great lotion, Cream Blends. So congratulations to them. It's in Royal Oak, Michigan. So check them out. Brand new open black business.
Congrats to that.
All right, 2 Chainz has put out a brand new EP. He just surprised everybody, and it's called The Play Don't Care Who Make It. So that is his first project since he put out Pretty Girls Like Trap Music last June, which I really enjoyed. This new EP has 4 tracks on it, and YG and Offset are on one called Proud. I didn't know he was putting out anything, so it definitely was a surprise.
Never mad at new two Chainz music.
Now, another album that just came out is Black Panther, the album curated by Kendrick Lamar. I cannot wait to listen to this. One of my favorite songs right now is that song King's Dead, if you guys haven't heard it, which hopefully you have. It's with J-Rock, Kendrick, Future, and James Blake. Here's a little snippet of J-Rock.
I've been ready, my whip been ready, my been ready, my clip been ready, my been ready, my check been ready, my shots on full, that's Armageddon. I got pull, I hope y'all ready, my tank on full, you know unleaded. I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it. My name gon' hold up, my team gon' hold up, my name gon' hold up, my team gon' hold up, my shots gon' fly, my team gon' roll up, my Nazi twice, my queen gon' roll up. I hope y'all ready, you know I'm ready, I rain all day, you know confetti. I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it, I gotta go get it.
That's my song.
Dope.
All right, and congratulations to Kendrick and to Top Dog, because they put that out in the movie. Of course, Black Panther comes out February.
It's all about Black Panther next week. I can't wait to listen to that compilation album. I haven't heard it yet.
Okay, LeVar Ball has named his least favorite son to Kevin Hart on Kevin Hart's interview series Cold as Balls, all right? Hopefully this is just a joke, but check it out.
One of them boys may or may not make it.
They all 3 gonna make it.
Which
All 3 of them.
one would you pick if you had to pick one?
I ain't picking none.
Which one do you love the least? I know which one is
Which
your
one,
least
which
favorite.
one my least favorite? Tell me which one it is.
It's the middle one.
Jello.
Yeah.
That's the best one. You see how he built? He
You
built
know why? Because he built like you. You just told on yourself. The youngest one is your least favorite.
You know what?
He don't like his youngest son.
Youngest son.
He don't like his youngest son.
Yes. Look at you.
Oh man, you can't pick who's your least favorite child. All right, and Amber Rose says she likes to smell 21 Savage's underwear. She did an interview with her Loveline podcast co-host, Dr. Chris Donahue, about relationships. And here is what she had to say.
I've sniffed his underwear, like when his balls are, like it smells so good. So it has that like the smell of like the pubic hair, just like walking around throughout the day, and ooh.
I want to include Bob Amber Rose for constantly showing us at the end of the day she's just a dirty foot Philly chick.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
Amber Rose. Amber don't give a damn. You hear me? Salute to you, Amber. And I do the same.
I don't. You do what?
Sniff my wife's panties.
Me too. Yeah, I don't want my
Notorious
wife.
panty sniffer.
I don't want my wife sniffing my underwear, man. 'cause-
Oh, listen, when I walk in the bathroom and I see the Amber, let some dirty drugs be on the floor. Okay? I'm gonna give you a whiff. I do check to make sure there ain't nothing in them first.
What you mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I can do the same. That discharge. Women are different.
Well,
All right.
okay.
I've never. You know what? Forget it. Go ahead.
We'll talk about it later. I'm here to hear that's your rumor report.
Y'all know y'all don't admit to nothing.
I did everything.
You sleep with me?
Yeah, she's
Okay, I was making sure.
I sleep with them on my forehead and my face sometimes.
See, there go lights. There go lights. I say y'all like. See what I'm saying?
Hey.
So it's levels to it. Then you all got to take it to the other
That's the truth.
level.
That's the truth. My wife that came home and the underwear been in my face. Yes.
I like to sniff my boyfriend's while he's wearing them. So.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Wow. Thanks. No, I don't sniff them if you. No, you know what? Forget it. All right.
That's what you do.
You know what? What am I doing? Oh, donkey today. Charlamagne, who you give me a donkey to?
Let's talk controversy. Let's talk why it's okay to be controversial, okay?
Okay.
Yes, for after the hour we'll discuss.
All right, keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Let's go.
You have to make a judgment of who was going to be on the donkey of the day. They chose you.
It's the Breakfast Club, bitches.
Who's donkey of the day today?
Yeah, it's donkey today for Friday, February 9th. Goes to Christ the King High School in Queens, New York. Officials at Christ the King High School in Queens, New York. Let me be clear. Now, some famous and infamous people have come out of Christ the King High School in Queens, New York. Former NBA player Jason Williams, former NBA player turned crackhead Lamar Odom. He's rehabilitated now, right? I guess. Former WNBA player Shanique Holdsclaw, just to name a few. Now, there's a young brother who attends this school right now. His name is Malcolm Xavier Combs. He is 17 years old, and he's an honor roll student taking advanced placement classes at the high school, dropping the clues bombs for this young god. Okay? Salute to you, my brother, and I am disappointed that you have to go through what you are currently going through because of these culturally clueless, should I say prejudiced officials at Christ the King High School. Now, Malcolm Xavier Combs is named after the late great civil rights activist Malcolm X. Dropping the clues bombs from Malcolm X's brother. So, since his name is Malcolm Xavier, he can say his name is Malcolm X for short. And when it came time to do senior sweaters at Christ the King High School, Malcolm wanted to put exactly that on his sweater, on the back of his sweater, Malcolm X. Now, in 2018, nobody would have a problem with that, right? Especially in a progressive, liberal place like New York City, right? Wrong. Let's go to ABC 7 and Raw for the report, please.
Christ the King High School here in Middle Village, a private Catholic school with about 900 students, including 160 seniors, most of them recently ordering senior sweatshirts with their names. They were asked to complete this form requesting a first or last name, no nicknames. Malcolm Xavier Combs, an honor student seen here with his parents, requesting Malcolm X. He was told no by an assistant principal, but it's how he was told no that remains in question.
The assistant principal pulled him out of an English class and told him that you don't want to be able to associate yourself with this name. And he was like, associate with my name? That's my name. My mother named me that. That's on my birth certificate. Another teacher comes in who is the varsity coach's husband. She points to Malcolm and start laughing and say, this is the new Malcolm X. In the spirit of Black History Month.
The school maintains that the assistant principal never made derogatory comments about the well-known black activist. A spokesman today also insisting Malcolm X is part of their curriculum here. Nevertheless, that was not the takeaway from the Combs family.
And the school said that the teacher can use their personal opinions about anybody who is controversial to deem them controversial.
The Reverend Al Sharpton and the daughter of Malcolm X expected to join the Combs family at a rally this weekend.
Malcolm X was considered controversial. A man who was speaking out against what was wrong is considered controversial. The Malcolm X wasn't controversial. The racism he was against was controversial. Okay? Malcolm X was just simply right. All right, America's government was wrong. All right? They the ones should be labeled controversial. I mean, listen, there are dozens of schools named after Malcolm X all across the country. Malcolm X Shabazz High School in Newark, New Jersey. Malcolm Shabazz City High School in Madison, Wisconsin. You got Malcolm X College in Chicago, Illinois, just to name a few. Columbia University has the Malcolm X and Dr. Betty Shabazz Memorial and Educational Center. In San Diego, they have a Malcolm X Library, okay? The United States Postal Service issued a Malcolm X stamp in 1999. Denzel Washington was nominated for an Oscar in 93 for playing Malcolm X. Well, Christ the King High School won't let Malcolm Xavier put Malcolm X on the back of his shirt because they think the civil rights activist Malcolm X is too controversial. First of all, Malcolm Xavier Combs should be allowed to put Malcolm X on the back of his shirt simply because that's his name. There shouldn't be nothing else to discuss, all right? The school vets names that go on the sweatshirt, so Malcolm X shouldn't be a problem because this young boy's name is Malcolm Xavier. Remember when I gave a hee-haw to that school in Cincinnati because they had racial slurs on the back of the jerseys, like Negro and Coon? It says a lot about the current racial climate in America when names like that get vetted and passed, but people think that's cool, but the name Malcolm X gets red flags. All right, dear Christ the King High School, you do know the person your school is named after is controversial, right? Yes, Jesus Christ. Yeah, he was a controversial figure. All right, most men who go against an unjust system are considered controversial. Okay, people who strive to empower and uplift the poor and disenfranchised are usually deemed controversial. That's just the way things are. That's why every time they do a movie about Jesus Christ, there's some type of controversy surrounding it. Doesn't matter if it was Passion of the Christ, Jesus Christ Superstar, Dogma, The Last Temptation of Christ. Jesus was a controversial figure, so any movie depicting Jesus is considered a controversial movie. But Christ the King High School had no problem naming that school after a controversial figure like Jesus. So why is Malcolm Xavier being discriminated against? Because he's named after a so-called controversial figure, and no religious people. Relax, I'm not comparing Jesus to Malcolm X. I'm simply saying nobody should mind being called controversial because even Jesus wasn't loved in his day. Alright, but to push the narrative that Malcolm X was some type of evil figure, some type of controversial figure that doesn't deserve honor is just wrong. And I don't like to play the race card, but I can't think of any other reason why someone who has schools and libraries named after them and has his own postage stamp is considered controversial. Okay, Christ the King High School, you have some prejudices in your administration that you need to address. And in the words of Malcolm Xavier's mom, Michelle, they simply don't like Malcolm X. That's basically their view. Unfortunately, I'm not surprised. They feel like that. And you know what, Michelle, in this era of Trump, full of cracker-ass, crackiness, and white supremacy, neither am I. The white devil is extremely busy. Please give all the officials at Christ the King High School the biggest hall, please. You can't just explain that kind of prejudice by saying Malcolm X was controversial. Okay? All right. The system he was speaking out against was controversial. That unjust system, okay, full of racism and prejudice and bigotry that kept their foot on the black people's neck in that time. They were controversial. Not Malcolm X.
All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today. Up next, it's Friday, so you know what that means. It's Freaky Friday! Now, we just played a clip of Amber Rose. Play this clip again, please.
I've sniffed his underwear. Like when his butt like it smells so good. So it has that like the smell of like the pubic hair just like walking around throughout the day and ooh.
That's real. All right, so we're asking 800-585-1051. Have you or do you smell your spouse's underwear? Your boyfriend or girlfriend, do you smell their panties?
Notorious panty sniffer, Charlamagne the God.
Do you smell their tidy whities? Their dirty tidy whities?
Nobody wears tidy whities.
I'm just asking. 800-585-1051. Call us up right now. It's Freaky Friday. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Everybody, it's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, it's Friday, so you know what that means. It's Freaky Friday! Today's Freaky Friday question comes out of Amber Rose. Let's play her clip.
I've sniffed his underwear. Like when his butt like it smells so good. So it has that like the smell of like the pubic hair just like walking around throughout the day and ooh.
That's real. All right, so we're asking 800-585-1051. Have you ever smelled your spouse's, your boyfriend, girlfriend's underwear, dirty underwear? Angela Yee, let's start with you.
Yeah, of course I have. And so, I've done it by accident.
You put your hand up and pulled it out and smelled it?
No, I'm going to say this. Sometimes it's been by accident because maybe I don't know if they're clean or dirty. And so I'm like, okay, do I need to wash this? And sometimes I think I'm sure I've smelled his underwear. Okay. It smells good though.
All right, Sharon?
Absolutely.
Smells like soap.
I'm a notorious panty sniffer. I don't like do it every day. Like I'm not the person that goes in the hamper every day and does it. But you know, I like lingerie. You know, and so when you see a nice piece of lingerie that you know your wife has worn, and you see it on the bathroom floor, you see it, you know,
next to the bed.
Yeah, like you know, usually when she's about to wash clothes, she takes all the clothes out the hamper before she sorts them, so if they laying, you know, by the hamper. Absolutely, I give me a little sniffle too.
Yeah, me as well. I mean, I don't go dive into the hamper looking for it, but you know, if it's not a bed or if it's in the bathroom, yeah, absolutely.
And I understand the smell that Amber's talking about. It's like that nice musty smell.
Yeah, I don't know that
like
smell.
Good Kush.
Because my
you know how you smoking some good Kush and you smell musty.
You go to the gym, right? When you take your boxes off, don't sometimes your boxes walk away from you? They're that dirty.
I'm gonna tell you something, man. If your wife panties smell like your boxes, something wrong.
No, I didn't say that.
I don't know what you're talking about, my
She's sniffing.
My wife panties don't smell like my boxer briefs.
I'm not talking about that, but your boxer briefs smell, right?
What that got to do with my wife's panties?
I'm just saying. If
no, you're not.
Amber Rose is sniffing her boyfriend's boxes, and my boxes be smelling like whoa. Right or wrong?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Your boxes shouldn't smell unless your body smells. Why is your body funky?
And by the way, you said gym. There's a big difference between, working out in the gym and just walking around all day and taking your boxes off. I'm not sniffing my wife drawers after she comes from the gym. Okay. Like, that's ridiculous. You're sniffing, she was sleeping in them or walking around the house, and now she comes from the gym, you're asking for it. I like walking to the bathroom when she taking a shit and being like, damn, it's stinking here. It's supposed to.
But you really love somebody when you love the way that they smell. Even when they're sweaty, their little mustiness, you love it.
Alright, well, let's go to the phone lines. Hello, who's this?
This is Kim.
Hey, Kim, you smell your bruised boxes, dirty boxes?
Listen, I used to smell my husband's underwear because he would leave them all around, and I didn't know if he wore them or if he just threw them on.
That's what I say, right? It's by accident.
So, I'll, pick them up and put them back so he could wear them again or whatever, because guys are weird like that. Mm-hmm. So one day, I got kicked in the face by some dude skirts, in the boxers, and I'm like, what is this?
It happens sometimes.
That's why you gotta look at them.
Pretty booty little boys.
You should have looked at him. You just saw them. You just saw that little brown stain in there. Same way sometimes.
Listen, now I don't even check. Everything just going to hamper down.
If it's on the floor, I don't care if it's clean or dirty.
You had that one bad experience.
It was probably on your nose. You probably put it on your nose and smell it, and that doodle stain was right on your nose.
Guys, women gotta look out for doodle stains, and guys gotta look out for discharge. Okay. Sometimes the women may not have one panty line.
Jasmine.
Hey,
what's up? You smell your booze, dirty underwear?
No, definitely not. I smell his shirts because of the cologne that's left over from them, but definitely not the underwear. That's gross.
I'm not gonna tell you try it. You don't know what you're missing, boo.
That's nasty. Like, why would I want to do that?
You do his laundry ever?
Yes.
So you don't ever sometimes have to smell just to make sure it's dirty or clean if you don't know?
No, I just wash it because I don't think I would put anything up to my face.
You can get that man fellatio and either that can't smell his drawers. See how
But I definitely, smell the shirts, not even answer. So fellatio is always a definite.
Yeah, so you can put your face in his lap, but can't smell his drawers. What sense that make?
800-585-1051 is Freaky Friday! Have you ever smelt your spouse's dirty drawers? Call us now. It's the Breakfast Club in the morning. DJ NV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. Now, if you just joined us, it's Freaky Friday, and it comes from Amber Rose. Let's hear what she was talking about.
I've sniffed his underwear, like when his butt are. Like, it smells so good. So it has that, the smell of, the pubic hair, just, walking around throughout the day, and, ooh.
That's what. So we're asking, have you ever sniffed your spouse's dirty underwear? Yes, I do it all the time. My wife's underwear is by the bed, or if it's in the bathroom, I smell it all day. Angela Yee says she did by accident.
And like the young lady said,
I've done it on purpose too, but usually it would be by accident.
And like I said, I'm not a notorious panty sniffer, but if you walk in the bathroom and she about to wash clothes and she got everything out the hamper and you just see a pair of Pika cheeks because I like Pika cheeks. You see a pair of Pika cheeks that she wore, you gonna give it a little whiff. Why wouldn't you?
Okay, well, let's go to the phone lines. Wayne, what's up?
Hello?
Wayne, you got a sniffing problem, Wayne?
No, I'm telling you, this is not only this is a problem, this is also an addiction. So first of all, I want to say good morning to you, Angela Yee, and Charlamagne the God. Y'all are the best ever radio station in the world.
Thank you.
I was over at it. Yeah, I'm Jamaican, but my fiance, she even locked her dirty laundry in her room and took the keys with her to work. And I picked the lock. After I picked the lock and went in, I took a picture of my plate, running her package, and she was so furious.
Yo, you know what's funny? I did that before. I definitely did that. Put my wife's underwear around my face and sent her a picture. I definitely did that before. I ain't gonna lie.
And to render it even more spicier, I don't know anything. And I made a meme out of that. The picture with my face, I made the meme out of it, and she was even more furious.
Yeah, you went a little too far with the meme, man, bro. Just a little too far.
I'm telling you, man, with this addiction, I don't know how to get over it, but even when she, I don't know if you can say this, but even when time was a month, and she actually did not try to wear panties to hide them from me, I don't know where she put them. But there's one time when she did that, and I don't know, I somehow I went in the room and I found a pair of
Brad drain.
Right, like, I started it on my face. He said, yo, babe, before we get married, you gotta get over this addiction. You gotta get
Now, mind you, this would be the same Jamaican man who lie about eating the boom boom. But he eat the boom boom. All of this other stuff.
I eat the boom boom.
He ain't lying.
I'm not lying.
But you sniff your wife's bloody underwear?
Yes, I do. And I get turned on over it.
Have a blessed day, vampire.
Thank you. Wow. Where do we go from there? What's the moral of the story?
The moral of the story is, man, if you can sniff cocaine, if you can sniff glue, if you can sniff, roses, you can sniff panties and boxer briefs.
What about bloody underwear?
I guess you can. He does.
I don't see why that would be a problem. If you've been in a relationship long enough, a period don't stop nothing but a sentence. All right, I've given sex when the period's on. I definitely have had sex while the period's on. Like, what is this? Just a period. It don't stop nothing but a sentence. That's all it does.
Have you sniffed bloody underwear?
No, but why is your woman's underwear bloody?
She should definitely be aware. But sometimes your period creeps up. Sometimes it creeps up on you, so you might have to. There might be a little bit of issues.
Alright, anyway, let's move on. Rumors on the way?
Yes, we'll talk about Chance the Rapper and Dwayne Wade, find out what they are working on together.
Alright, we'll get into all that when we come back. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Happy Friday!
Let's get to the rumors. Let's talk ESPN.
Now, we covered Jemele Hill leaving Sports Center. She left on February 2nd, and she is actually going to the Undefeated. And now Michael Smith is talking about what actually happened behind the scenes. If you guys watched, you saw that the show changed a lot after the situation with Jemele Hill and Donald Trump and that very public fight and her suspension. Well, here is what he is saying happened while he was on James Andrew Miller's Origins podcast.
There was a time we weren't even talking to each other anymore. Like, no more Michael and Jemele, not less, not here and there. No more Michael and Jemele talking. No more of their commentary. It's just strictly live shots and analysts. That's what pissed me off so much. I'm like, so wait a second. You all acknowledge that one of the strengths that we have going for us as a show is Michael and Jemele's chemistry. Michael and Jemele talk to each other? Like, how does that make sense?
Basically, ESPN told them, we love you, we love what you do, but come on Sports Center and change everything about yourselves. Okay, because they were doing great before they got on the six. ESPN should have just kept them on His and Hers, let them do the His and Hers podcast, and keep them moving.
Right, and ESPN executive Norby Williamson actually just took over Sports Center right when everything happened with Jemele Hill also, so he's the one that kind of changed everything around on the show as well.
They should have never put them on the six if they wasn't going to let them be themselves, man. Michael and Jemele was doing the sketches, like they had a nice wave going about themselves.
All right, now let's discuss, since we're talking sports, Chance the Rapper and D Wade. They are executive producing a new documentary, and that documentary is called Shot in the Dark. It follows the journey of one of Chicago's Orr Academy High School students, one player, Taekwon Greer in particular. He was shot at a house party 1 week before a very significant game. He still showed up to that game in crutches, but he made one shot only, and that one shot is the shot that happened to be the game winner that sent his team to the Final Four.
Really?
Yes. So,
true story?
True story. It's a documentary, and that's going to premiere on Fox on February 24th. It's going to be part of a larger series from Fox. It's called Magnify, and that series' purpose is to show culture through the lens of sports.
Are you going to make one shot now? You get a whole documentary about yourself?
Well, it was because it's the whole entire story. He was at a house party. He ended up getting shot. He still went to the game.
He played on crutches?
Yeah, he went on crutches, only made one shot, and that shot won the game.
To be honest with you, man, sounds like you don't got the priorities together to me, because if I got shot, I was going to the hospital and staying in the hospital. That game was not that important. I'm sorry.
Well, it worked out, and it actually was.
Did it, though? Where you at now?
I guess you gotta watch the documentary and see when it comes out on February 25th. Alright, Omarosa is on Celebrity Big Brother. That's her big gig. She's in the running to win that $500,000. And if you guys watched, she was crying on the first episode. Check out her conversation with her fellow house guest, Ross Matthews.
It was like a call of duty. I felt like I was serving my country, not serving him. Like I was haunted by tweets every single day. Like, what is he going to do next?
Does anybody say to him, what are you doing?
I tried to be that person, and then all of the people around him attacked me. It was like, don't give her access. Don't let her talk to him. And it's like, it's bad.
Should we be worried? Because we are worried, but I need you to say, no, it's going to be okay.
No, it's going to not be okay. It's not.
I don't feel sorry for her. You knew what you was walking into. Why do people complain about the energy they entertain? You knew that was a toxic, negative situation, and you still chose to attach yourself to it.
Now, according to the White House, Raj Shah, who was the deputy press secretary, confirmed that Omarosa was indeed fired. Clearly, they know about the Celebrity Big Brother episode, and here's what he had to say as he was fielding questions.
Omarosa was fired 3 times on The Apprentice, and this was the 4th time we let her go. She had limited contact with the president while here. She has no contact now.
Damn.
Woo! All right, then. All right, I'm Angela Yee, and that is your rumor report.
All right, thank you, Miss Yee. Now, shout out to Revolt. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Everybody else, the People's Choice Mix is up next. Let us know what you want to hear. We'll get your joints on for you. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.